A war is justified if you're willing to send your kids. Because how can you send somebody else's kids to a war if you won't send your own? So I'm calling right now for Barron Trump. Donald Trump's son, after all, he's had 3 wives, he's had kids by each wife, and nobody's ever served in the military. To my knowledge, a Trump in the last 100 years has never done military service. Well, Barron, you can change that. Enlist in the United States military right now. Do something your father didn't have the courage to do. Do something your father didn't have the patriotism to do. I want to see a Trump in the military. Everybody in my family has served, so I think I can say that with all due confidence. Come on, Trumps. Don't just reap the benefits of this free world. Somebody put on the uniform, and that's you, Barron. And I heard the excuse that Barron might be too tall. David Robinson served on active duty. He was 7 feet tall before he ever went to the San Antonio Spurs basketball team. David Robinson went to the United States Navy Military Academy. He's one of my officers, not directly, but he would have been. What I feel bad about was that if he'd have joined us in Vietnam, we might have won, huh?
No.
He could have put us. Why did he run and hide when he could have joined us and led us to victory?
I don't think anything would have changed the fortunes of the United States in that war.
Yeah, probably not, considered he called us all suckers, didn't he?
What would you say to Trump if you had a chance to speak to him?
I'd prefer not to speak with him. I don't have really. What would I say to him?
I don't know.
He's. To me, he has no courage. He never has. I'll tell you what he is, Piers. Everybody knows these people. You're with a group of guys, and there's always one guy who will start the fight and then hold your coat. That's Donald Trump. He'll start the fight, but he'll hold your coat. You know what I've always said? You know how you got to vote to go to war, supposedly? I've always said we should pass a law that when Congress votes to go to war, someone in their immediate family has to begin immediate military service. If they vote yes to go to war, then someone in their family, because I'm sick and tired of the Vietnam stuff.
It's not just Jesse Ventura who wants to see Barron Trump drafted into the military.
You can miss me with that bullshit. If I get drafted into a war with Iran because this big-bellied orange bitch decided to start a war with them, you can send my ass straight to prison. I'm not going. I will be draft dodging just like our president did. Motherfucker got drafted 5 times and didn't go to war once. And honestly, the only way you would ever catch me out on that battlefield is if that pot-belly pig was on the front lines. Like, I'm not joking.
Former South Park writer Toby Morton created a website called draftbarrontrump.com. And at the top, it says the following. America is strong because its leaders are strong. President Trump proves that every day. Naturally, his son Barron is more than ready to defend the country his father so boldly commands. Service is honor, strength is inherited. Dog bless America. Out of all the promises that Donald Trump has broken from his 2024 campaign and really his whole political career, this war in Iran is definitely the biggest one, because the bottom line is there's no easy way out of this, and there's no way for America to just pull out anytime soon. We have too many assets over there, and we're basically controlled by the state of Israel. And so as long as Israel wants us there, that's where we're going to stay. The Strait of Hormuz isn't going to open anytime soon, and Donald Trump continues to come out and say that we're in negotiations with Iran, and Iran retorts by saying, no, we absolutely are not in negotiations with the United States. And at the end of the day, they can't trust us. They can't trust our word. If we say that if you come here, we'll do a ceasefire, it's likely that we won't do that. We'll lure them in, trick them into signing some type of contract, and then we'll break it. That's what the United States does, particularly under Donald Trump. Iran was already following the nuclear agreement. They weren't enriching their uranium, and then Donald Trump came into office and broke up that agreement simply because Obama had it in place. And now it's clearly obvious that he's in completely over his head. So the fact that we're even talking about a draft is a clear sign that this is spiraling out of control. And like Jesse says, and like everybody's suggesting, if anybody has to get drafted, why not send your own people?